Top 10 African countries with the best education systems.
Education is about more than just learning. It is the key to a brighter future. So recently, the Mo Ibrahim Foundation released its latest report on financing education in Africa, ranking countries based on the highest quality education. These rankings align with one of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals known as SDG 4.
So guys, we've come with another top 10. Top 10. This is education. Education. Somebody scream education. Education. Let me speak like the Ghanaians. They are teaching me a lot and I'm learning so fast. You know, I don't joke when it comes to education. And that's why I had to bring this top 10 best countries with good educational system. Good educational system. Exactly. First off, let me just state it clearly here so that we don't get things mixed up. These videos are originally put together by creatives, other creatives that has come up with their own knowledge, research, understanding, and or whatnot, right? And disclaimer, it is not supposed to be 100% accurate, but there are levels of accuracy in them and research, educational facts and figures, right? So just calm down and take your time, watch patiently till the end. But first of all, we are starting from that of 5 years ago, what it looked like first, then the top 10 countries with the best educational system first. Then in 2024 we are going to take a record of what it is, fast forward to 2024, and as well, to wrap it up, darling, top 10 countries that are highly educated, like highly educated, Charlie. Like I said, this is not coming from you. Don't come for me, don't come for me, come for the exactly. And this is just for educational purposes based on my reactions, opinion, and analysis. Exactly. So watch patiently till the end. Tell me what you think about it. Feel free to agree, to disagree, but most importantly, like, and leave me some sweet comments. Not every time you'll be gingering me. Oh, you're making me choke. Oh, don't choke me. Oh, please, I beg of you. In fact, all of you are amazing. No matter what you do, I still love you, and I will always be crazily in love with you. You know I can't do without you guys now. If you like, beat me, throw me, anything you do to me, I'm still your own. Don't throw me away. Oh, exactly, guys. So let's get into this video, and I'll come back at the end to summarize.
Top 10 African countries with the best education systems. Which countries in Africa have the best education systems? The World Economic Forum assessed 140 countries, including 38 African countries, to rank the best education systems based on skill development. The report looks at the general level of skills of the workforce and the quantity and quality of education in each country. Factors considered include developing digital literacy, interpersonal skills, and the ability to think critically and creatively. In today's video, we bring you the top 10 countries with the best education systems in Africa. Scores are on a 0 to 100 scale, where 100 represents the optimal situation. By the way, while you're here, consider subscribing to After School Africa for more educative videos like this. Number 10. Namibia. Namibia, a population of 2.34 million, ranks 100th position in global education system and 10th in Africa with a score of 52.7. It is 43rd in global ranking on extent of staff training and 82nd on critical thinking in teaching. In Namibia, it is mandatory for every citizen between the age limit of 6 to 16 to receive an education. For this 10-year academic period, the Namibian constitution charges the government with the responsibility of providing fund for education. Literacy rate is at 88.2%. Number 9. Egypt. Egypt ranked 99th position on global education system and 9th best in Africa with 52.8 points, slightly ahead of Namibia. It ranks 70th on global digital skills among population. Compulsory education lasts 12 years from age 6 to age 70. And literacy rate is at 71% as at 2017, according to UNESCO. Number 8. Cape Verde. Surprisingly, Cape Verde follows closely behind Egypt at 98th position on global education system and number 8 in Africa with a score of 53.3. It is 53rd on critical thinking in teaching and 71st on ease of finding skilled employees globally. The country has a population of over 546,000 and literacy rate is estimated at 80%. Primary school education in Cape Verde is mandatory between the ages of 6 and 14 years and free for children of ages 6 to 12.
With this passport, I can visit 45 countries visa-free. And with this passport...
Number 7. Kenya. The East African country ranked 95th position on global education system, ahead of India and behind Brazil, and 7th best in Africa with a score of 55.4. It is 21st on ease of finding skilled employees and 43rd on digital skills among population globally. Compulsory education lasts 12 years from age 6 to age 17 with a population of 49.7 million. 17.58% of total government expenditure in 2017 went to education, and literacy rate is at 78.7% according to UNESCO. Number 6. Botswana. Botswana rank 92nd position on global education system, behind Iran and ahead of Brazil. It holds the 6th position in Africa with a score of 56.7. It ranks 67th on extent of staff training and 76th on mean years of schooling. While some sources claim education in Botswana is free for the first 10 years, but according to Wikipedia, secondary education in Botswana is neither free nor compulsory. Literacy rate is at 88% with a population of 2.3 million. Number 5. Algeria, the second North African country in this list. Algeria rank 88th position on global education system and 5th in Africa with 57.4 points. It is also 65th position on school life expectancy with a population of 41.3 million. The literacy rate is at 75%. Number 4. South Africa, ranked at 84th position on global education system. South Africa offers the 4th best education system in Africa with a score of 58.4. It is 53rd on mean years of schooling and 55th on extent of staff training globally. It ranks ahead of Panama and Mexico on global education system. Over the past decade, the South African government budgets above 18% of its total expenditure on education. It's not surprising why South African universities rank among the best in Africa and compete globally. Literacy rate is at 94%. And for the top 3 countries with the best education systems in Africa. Number 3. Mauritius. Mauritius has the 3rd best education system in Africa with 61 points. It holds the 74th position on global education system and ranks 40th position on extent of staff training and 47th on quality of vocational training globally. The government of Mauritius provides free education to its citizens from pre-primary to tertiary levels. Since July 2005, the government also introduced free transport for all students. Schooling is compulsory up to the age of 16. Mauritian students consistently rank top in the world each year for the Cambridge International O-Level and International A and AS level examinations. Number 2. Tunisia. The 2nd best education system in Africa is found in Tunisia, which ranks 71st position on global education system with 61.4 points. It ranks 49th position for school life expectancy and 51st for pupil to teacher ratio in primary education. Since gaining independence from France in 1956, the government of Tunisia has focused on developing an educational system which produces a solid human capital base that could respond to the changing needs of a developing nation. Education is the number 1 priority of the government, with more than 20% of government's budget allocated for education. Literacy rate as at 2015 was 81%. And the country with the best education system in Africa is Seychelles. A small country with about 95,000 people, Seychelles holds the position for the best education system in Africa with 69.3 points. It is the only African country in the top 50 education system globally, at 43rd position, ahead of Ukraine, Hungary, Russia, and UAE. It holds a global ranking of 28th position on critical thinking in teaching and 34th on skill set of graduates. It is the first and only country in Africa that has fully achieved the Education for All goal set by UNESCO. In 2016, according to UNESCO, the government spent 11.72% of total expenditure on education. Education is compulsory up to the age of 16 and free through secondary school until age 18. 98.9% of the population age 15 to 24 is literate. A rough summary of a few other countries. Ghana ranks 104th in global education system and 12th in Africa, ahead of Zimbabwe, while Nigeria sits at 124th position in the world and 25th in Africa, behind Rwanda. And there you have it. What's peculiar about the education system in your country? Share.
Education is about more than just learning. It is the key to a brighter future. So recently, the Mo Ibrahim Foundation released its latest report on financing education in Africa, ranking countries based on the highest quality education. These rankings align with one of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals known as SDG 4. This goal is to ensure inclusive quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for everyone. So let's dive into the top 10 African countries with the highest quality education, starting with number 10, which is Kenya, with SDG score of 71.1%. Kenya has focused on providing affordable access to education with the recent reforms in primary and secondary schools. The government has also invested heavily in free primary education programs. Number 9, Eswatini, SDG score 74.2. In Eswatini, a strong emphasis is placed on both primary and secondary education. The government works with UNESCO to improve resources and teacher training to ensure more students stay in school. Number 8, South Africa, SDG score 76.6. South Africa has one of Africa's largest higher education networks with programs aiming to expand digital learning and vocational training. This diverse educational system helps empower the youth and prepare them for the workforce. 7 on the list is Morocco, SDG score 78.6. Morocco's commitment to STEM education is reshaping its academic landscape. With focus on technology and innovation, the country is actively investing in research and science programs in universities. 6. Cape Verde, SDG score 79.2. In Cape Verde, education is a national priority. The government funds educational programs from preschools through secondary levels, and literacy programs aims to close gaps for children and adults. 5 on the list is Togo with SDG score of 80.1%. Togo has made significant strides by focusing on teacher training and primary education. With partnership to fund educational programs, Togo is addressing some long-standing challenges in its system. Number 4 is Mauritius, SDG score 83.5. Mauritius offers free education from primary through university, and the government invested in developing skilled teachers and digital infrastructure, making it one of the leading African countries in terms of education. Number 3 is Namibia, SDG score of 83.7%. Namibia focuses on inclusive and equitable education. Programs support students from rural areas, and the government funds specialized programs for skills development and career readiness. Number 2 on the list is Ghana. Ghana has become a standout for its strong emphasis on accessible education for all. The government funds free senior high school programs, TVET and STEM are pushing reforms to make education more inclusive and adaptable to this fast-changing world. And finally, number 1 on the list is Tunisia with SDG score of 93.1%. At the top of this list is Tunisia, which has the highest quality education score on the beautiful African continent. Tunisia's education system is robust, focusing on universal access and encouraging lifelong learning through initiatives in science, technology, and digital literacy. This list shows how African nations are prioritizing education, shaping the next generation, and building a foundation for future growth. By investing in education, these countries are investing in a stronger, brighter Africa. And that is all.
10 most educated countries in Africa. Education is the key to unlocking Africa's golden door of freedom for all. It is the foundation of both social and economic development. Education is extremely important because it is an investment in human capital. Education and progress are inextricably linked, and all nations recognize this. It is no secret that only educated people can help their country progress and boast about their economies. Countries with a high level of illiteracy suffer the most from high unemployment. The African continent, on the other hand, is a collection of contrasts. Do you believe your country's literacy rate is so high then it can boast of being one of the 10 most educated in Africa. Some African countries have enacted strict policies to ensure that their citizens have access to education, thereby increasing literacy rates. Watch to the end to find out if your country is one of the top 10 most educated in Africa. Let us know what you think by leaving a comment in the comment section. Please take a few seconds to like and subscribe to Africa Reloaded. 10. Gabon. Gabon, with a population of 2,321,459 and an 83.20% literacy rate, is one of Africa's most educated countries. Education is compulsory for a total of 10 years, from the age of 6 to the age of 16. The system is modeled after French education, and French is the language of instruction. However, because students need an extra year to learn the French language, primary education lasts 6 years rather than 5 in France. Children under the age of 6 are required to attend free school. 9. Burundi. Burundi is Africa's 9th most educated country, with a population of 11,890,784. Burundi has an 85.6% literacy rate. Burundi requires 6 years of compulsory education between the ages of 7 and 13. Primary education is, in theory, free at the point of use. Primary education in Burundi lasts 6 years, from the ages of 7 to 13. Lower secondary is the next educational tier, which includes 4 more grades. 8. Zimbabwe. Before students can attend university in Zimbabwe, they must complete 7 years of primary school and 6 years of secondary school. Zimbabwe's academic year runs from January to December, with 3 months of terms and 1 month off. There are 40 weeks of school per year. It has a population of 15,261,118 people and a literacy rate of 86.50%. The country has made strides in adult education and provides free public school education to students. 7. Cape Verde. Cape Verde is Africa's 7th most educated country. Cape Verde has a literacy rate of 87.6% with a population of 555,987. Cape Verdean education is organized into a 6-6 formal education structure, which means that children begin primary school at the age of 6 and are required to attend school for 6 years. Cape Verde, a small island nation, has the potential to become one of Africa's most educated countries. Cape Verde is unquestionably one of Africa's top 10 most educated countries. Literacy rates in Cape Verde have increased since the country's independence in 1975. In 1975, only 40% of the population was literate. Today, more than 80% of the population is literate. 6. Botswana. With a population of 2,351,627 people and an 88.50% literacy rate, it ranks 6th. The education system in the country is free, but not compulsory. Botswana's education system is compulsory between the ages of 5 and 8, and it ends between the ages of 16 and 18. You can either attend a public school, a certified private school, or a homeschool program. In Botswana, education is not compulsory. However, the first 10 years, beginning at the age of 6, are free. Primary school lasts 7 years, the first 4 of which are taught in Setswana. Following that, classes are given in English. 5. Mauritius. The annual population growth rate is currently 0.4%. Mauritius currently has a population of 1,274,451 people and a literacy rate of 90.60%. Mauritius' education system is largely based on the British system, with a 2+6+5+2 system of formal education. Mauritius' education system is divided into 4 major sectors: pre-primary, primary, secondary, and tertiary. Secondary education was optional, but provided free of charge. The University of Mauritius provided higher education. Since 1976, secondary education has been free, and post-secondary education has been free since 1988. Libya. The Libyan government provides free primary education to all citizens and makes it mandatory. Libya has experienced civil war in the past. Today, the country is working hard to maintain order. Libya, in addition to being one of the most educated African countries, is one of the wealthiest African countries due to its vast oil reserves. Libya is one of Africa's most educated countries. Its literacy rate is 91.00%. Libya currently has a population of 7,043,258 people. Children aged 6 to 15 attend primary school before continuing on to secondary school for 3 years, 15 to 18-year-olds. 3. Seychelles. Seychelles is Africa's third most educated country. Seychelles has a literacy rate of 91.8% with a population of 98,347. Education in Seychelles is compulsory until the age of 16 and free until the age of 18. Uniforms must be purchased, but not books or tuition. Seychelles does not have primary school attendance statistics. In 2002, 99% of children who started primary school were expected to finish. According to reports, the country is the only one to have achieved all 6 of UNESCO's education for all goals. Adult education was also held in the country. 2. South Africa. The population is 59,308,690 people, and the literacy rate is 94.30%. South Africa's education system is primarily divided into 3 levels: general education and training, further education and training, and higher education and training. The first 6 years of life are spent in primary school, where literacy and numeracy are established. South Africa is home to some of the best and highest quality universities in Africa, as well as some of the best in the world. The high literacy rate has made South Africa to be one of the most developed nations in Africa. 1. Equatorial Guinea. The presence of Equatorial Guinea in this position is quite surprising. Equatorial Guinea established its main tertiary academic institution in 1995, which is considered a short period for the country to achieve a significant educational system. With a population of 1,496,662, Equatorial Guinea has a literacy rate of 95.30%. Equatorial Guinea established tertiary education in 1995 and has seen continuous educational progress since then. In 2001, approximately 35% of children aged 3 to 6 were enrolled in some form of preschool program. These are Africa's top 10 most educated countries. What are your thoughts on this?
Interesting, amazing. Oh my god, this was really interesting, guys, and I enjoyed watching it. And like I said, if your country is not there, don't come for me. Just tell me what you think, whether you agree or you don't agree. Calmly, show your manners and your home training in the comment section, no matter how angry you might be. Okay, exactly. I would love to get your feedback, your input, your opinion. No hard feelings. Let's take everything soft. This life is too difficult to be angry now. Okay. All right, guys, I just let me drop this one here so that we can learn, we can be on the know of what it is for the top 10. Education is key, guys. You've seen, and most importantly, I am a lover of education, and whatever that has to do with education, I don't joke with it, and that's why I said let me bring this here. Like I said, leave your thoughts, your opinion, your input in the comment section, and let's continue from there. And please like this video, share and subscribe. Keeping it real, happy, safe and blessed right here on the stable of Chivik Inspirations, and I will see you in my next one. Ciao. Mwah.